stuff gets better if we work at it and we stay focused on where we're going. It doesn't immediately get all solved.
The smartest business decision has been going for it and not being, like, having no fear, and just, even if they failed and even if it hasn't turned out the way that I wanted to, I've learned so much from it. So my advice would be, go for it. Everything's about learning experience.
Always remember where you come from in life doesn't determine how far you will go. Your dream is as big as you can dream it, and I am so proud of each and every one of you. And all it takes is one person to believe, and that person is you.
Why am I going to work every single day? And of course, I understand a lot of people here don't have the luxury like I am afforded now, and you have to go to work. You have to keep the lights on, and all this kumbaya crap about just do it for love is bullshit. At the end of the day, if you got to keep the lights on, right?
Sure, there's a practical.
But you got to ask yourself why.
I'm your only customer. Why are you always polishing a glass? Trick of the trade. Makes people nervous when a bartender just stands there. So lay some bartender wisdom on me. I'm lost in space here. You're not where you want to be. You feel like you're supposed to be somewhere else. You said it. Well, say you could snap your fingers and be wherever you wanted to be. I bet you'd still feel this way. Not in the right place. The point is, you can't get so hung up on where you'd rather be that you forget how to make the most of where you are. What are you telling me? Take a break from worrying about what you can't control. Live a little. Live a little.
My number one message to entrepreneurs, and I teach today, is never pursue entrepreneurship for the greed of money. It has nothing to do with it at all. The whole reason to be an entrepreneur is the pursuit of freedom. That's why you do it. You do it because you want to be free one day to do whatever you like. I'm here because I want to be here. I don't have to be here. I don't even have to ever listen to a phone call again if I don't want to. That's not what I want to do. I enjoy spending my time doing the things that I want to do. And I deserve it because I worked like hell to get here.
Caring only makes you
weak. They think you care, they'll walk all over you.
Negativity, you can protect yourself from negativity. And that's what stops most people, negative thoughts. You can coat your mind from negativity. It's a real simple exercise to do. I do it every morning before I walk out the door. So I walk out as a positive person. You know, I get tired sometimes. That's different from being negative because I get mentally drained from my job at times. But to coat your mind from negativity, the way you can put a coating around your mind is with one simple thing: gratitude.
Follow your passion, never hold yourself back, help others, and dream big. And if you do all of those things, then, you know, you could turn around any situation in your life and say, yeah, I turned impossible into I'm possible in my life. And because I could do it, you could do it too. Yeah.
You have to get fluent in the language of success so you speak it with ease. Surround yourself with people who've accomplished their dreams and immerse yourself in the culture of achievement. And before you know it, you're going to be speaking the life of your dreams into existence. And like I've said before, we each have a gift. But too many people miss out because they refuse to sign the lease on their gift. You keep looking for it outside of you. Stop. Sit with yourself.
Throw it.
When I first started making money, and it was, you know, my salary or my earnings were published all over the place. I mean, the first year I was like, really? Did I make that much money? Oh my God. It was very difficult for me to figure out where my boundaries were because I'd grown up poor and didn't have anything. So it's easy when you don't have anything and people ask you for money. They say, I need $500. You say, I don't have it because I'm just trying to get my rent paid. It's harder when you're multi-million-dollar salary is now in the paper, and you get a lot of friends and cousins you didn't have before.
Stop trying to do everything the short way. Stop trying to figure out the easy way, because the ain't gonna happen. I got news for you, man. It's not happening, young people. You got to get messed up sometime. You got to get dirty. You got to get your feelings hurt. You got to get disappointed. You got to get told no. You're going to ask somebody for some money. He going to tell you no. But at least then, when I see somebody trying and I tell them no, I try to at least give them something else. See, I'm not going to hand you a fish sandwich. I'll teach you how to fish. But I'm not giving you a fish sandwich.
Self-esteem is supposed to be how we feel about ourselves. And I was just saying how dangerous it is to allow other people to determine how you're going to feel about you. And it's kind of like looking into a broken mirror. You're going to look in a broken mirror and then change your face to try to look good in this defiled, busted, broken mirror. And it just, other people's opinions is a really shitty way to determine how we feel about ourselves.
No matter how much you feel like you're prepared for something, it never happens on your time, like when you think you're ready, like it's supposed to happen. It always happens when it's supposed to happen. Because the period that you feel ready and people are not acknowledging the material the way you feel like they should because it's good, is the time that you actually develop skin thick enough to survive when it does work. I'm not interested in the financial outcomes. I want to continue success, but there's no specific mark of finances that'll work. Because to be honest with you, if I'm sitting here with you a year from now, 2 years from now, and they're like, you did it, you're a billionaire, I'm gonna still be saying, yeah, but I got another idea.
Right.
I got a new idea. And it's what I think is representation of a person who's truly ambitious. Because ambition isn't a learned behavior, it's a part of your natural character, and you'll always find something to be passionate about, or a new goal, or a new... You see guys sell companies $5-6 billion and go, yeah, okay, now what's the next one?
What is your purpose?
I think my purpose is to inspire people and use my platform to help people.
Do you remember when that clicked for you and you realized your purpose?
Yeah. I think that as you grow up, and I grew up in the industry, so a lot of the things I was doing just became just normal. And like when I was performing, it was just normal. Of course. To perform for 20,000 people is just normal, you know?
It's insane.
It shouldn't be normal. Every time you should love it, and you should thank God for it, and just like be thankful.
Poor people say, I can't afford it, I can't do that, I don't have time. Because it's an escape. It's an escape. You know what I mean? It's easy to say, I can't afford it. Oh, I'm too tired. Oh, I can't go to the gym. You know, when you could go to the gym. No, I can't. Truth is, I'm just too lazy to go to the gym.
And you play it safe, and you don't introduce new risks into your life. And so
I have job security.
Right. And your rich dad used to say what instead of, I can't afford it?
How can I afford it? How can I do that? You know, what would it take, or why should I do that?
So what is it you believe and know to be God's dream for you? So I live in the dream. I'm living in the space of the dream, and dream's good, dream's good.
Some lady up there asked me, said, what you gonna do? I don't really know what I'm gonna do. I expect, though, that God got something really great in store for me.
Let me jump in there.
Come on.
You're not supposed to know. You're not supposed to know. Life is a mystery. If you take away the mystery and everything was certain, you wouldn't need faith. Faith functions best when you don't know.
I worked. I wrote all of my visions down. I read them every morning and every night. And I instilled them in my head. And every time I met somebody, they say, hey man, what you trying to do? I would tell them one of my visions. Somebody would always say to me, you know, I know a guy that's selling them things right there. You ought to talk to him. I started scratching stuff off my vision board. My vision board is so vast now, if I showed you what was on it, you wouldn't even believe it.
Everyone in the world
has a list of things they think they should do. I should lose weight. I should work out. I should spend more time with my kids. I should work harder. I should make more calls. I should. And then you know what? People don't do their shoulds, and they get mad at themselves, and they what I call should all over themselves. They beat themselves up about it. What changes people is when your should becomes a must. When suddenly the thing you said should happen has to happen.
The reason I make more money is because it's not what I'm doing what I love. I do sometimes what I hate so I can have the assets that I love. I love having a business. You know, if I didn't have a business, you wouldn't be here. Darren wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have a CEO and president. I wouldn't have accountants. I wouldn't have attorneys. So the business affords me the lifestyle I want.
Got lucky. Guys like you always think other people get lucky. I don't get lucky. I make my own luck.
Life doesn't happen to you. It happens for you. I really don't know if that's true. I'm just making a conscious choice to perceive challenges as something beneficial so that I can deal with them in the most productive way. You'll come up with your own style. That's part of the fun.
Nelson Mandela is a particularly special case study in the leadership world. He was asked one day, "How did you learn to be a great leader?" And he responded that he would go with his father to tribal meetings. And he remembers two things when his father would meet with other elders. One, they would always sit in a circle. And two, his father was always the last to speak.
If you think that you're going to go and accomplish something really special and be the best in anything in the world, and you think you can do it without working, you make a big mistake. Because no matter what I did, if it was in bodybuilding or in acting or if it is in a political arena, it always took a lot of work. And you got to put out, and you got to, sometimes make a lot of sacrifices. Notice, if you're not willing to work hard, forget about it. So there's another rule that is very important.
Don't worry about the people that God has removed from your life. He saw things you didn't see. He heard conversations you couldn't hear, and he made moves you wouldn't make. And that's it.
Brad, show him how it's done. Boom. Sell me that pen. Watch. Go on.
Let me sell this fucking pen.
That's my boy right there.
This pen.
Fucking sell anything.
Why don't you do me a favor? Why'd you name down that napkin for me?
I don't have a pen.
Exactly. Supply and demand, my friend.
3 pieces of advice you would give to people who are looking to succeed in business.
Well, by far the best investment you can make is in yourself. I mean, for example, communication skills. I tell the students that come that they're going to graduate schools and business, and they're learning all these complicated formulas and all that. If they just learn to communicate better, and both in writing and in person, they increase their value at least 50%.
I'm telling you right now that there are way too many running businesses today with this, and not enough people running businesses with this. And again, I swear on my life, I am not Mother Teresa, and I far from run my business just on this. But I'm telling you right now, the reason I amassed my following, the reason why I continue to retain it, is because my percentage of this far outweighs every in this room. I mean it. That's how I feel, and that's how I try to roll every day.
See, in your life, everybody has a turn back moment. You have a moment where you could go forward or you can give up. But the thing you have to keep in mind before you give up is that if you give up, the guarantee is it will never happen. That's the guarantee of quitting, that it will never happen, no way under the sun. The only way the possibility remains that it can happen is if you never give up, no matter what.
Can you explain what an NFT is?
It's a non-fungible token.
Non-fungible?
Yes.
Okay.
Which is basically a digital contract that's on the blockchain. So you can basically sell anything from art to music to experiences, physical objects.
I know that Beeple is an artist that's
awesome.
Yeah, so awesome.
And he had like maybe like 300 pictures in one digital picture. And I thought that was interesting. And I go, well, I can never do that, what he did. But
Yeah, you could try something, maybe like sell one of your jokes or something.
I couldn't even do that to my audience tonight.
People say, oh, relationships are tough. No, they're not. They're only tough when one person's working on it. Two people can move a couch real easy. One person can't move it at all. That's right. If you're in a relationship, let me try to help you right now. Rule 1, stop competing. Her success is your success, and your success is her success. Stop competing. Number 2, okay? There is no equality in a relationship. It's like, we equals. No, you're not. You're both there to serve. You are in the service industry, okay? When you're in a relationship, you're in a band. And when you're in a band, you have roles that you play in the band.
We would rather find purpose than a job or a career. Purpose crosses disciplines. Purpose is an essential element of you. It is the reason you are on the planet at this particular time in history. Your very existence is wrapped up in the things you are here to fulfill. Whatever you choose for a career path, remember the struggles along the way are only meant to shape you for your purpose.
You decided that Bob could be a funny word. Now, how do you do that?
Well, it was always at the end of the sentence. It was, how can I help you, Bob? And it just seemed like a funny way of saying it. Bob.
I was looking at lists of motoring words the other day and wondering if you could just by saying them make them funny.
Airbag. De Dion Bouton. Petrol pump.
Also the faces.
Yeah, exactly, that helps.
Reviewing a car, because I have to think of all sorts of things to say about a car. Now I know that if you were a presenter on this show, you could just do it with an expression. So for example, if you were presented with McLaren F1, the imperiousness one gets from a Range Rover.
You know, there's one place that all the people with the greatest potential are gathered. One place, and that's the graveyard. The stories of the people who dreamed big and never saw those dreams to fruition. People who fell in love and lost. I became an artist, and thank God I did, because we are the only profession that celebrates what it means to live a life.
If he could do it,
this isn't a movie.
He believed in himself, and you can too. You can do anything that you want. You can get singing lessons, get a better job, make more money. You could be even like rich. You could live in the White House someday. You could be president.
Me?
Do what you want to do.
Scars heal.
No, they don't. Wounds heal.
You gotta let go of that stuff from the past, because it just doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is what you choose to be now.
You're right.
My killers who will not take no for an answer. My fucking warriors who will not hang up the phone until their client either buys or fucking die!
Self-discipline and being able to perform and being able to keep your life on schedule and being able to keep commitments and promises and meet deadlines is essential to success.
You're not making money until you're making money when you're not working. I didn't make no money when I didn't do a show. You see what I'm saying? I had to work to get the money every time. When I'm not in the show, and the show is still, they going, how you keep yourself off your own show? Oh, I don't understand that. Right. I'm like, cause this motherfucker on automatic pilot.
I was poor because I didn't have anything. I had no money, I had no things, we had no TV, we had no refrigerator, we had nothing as kids, but I was rich because I had a dream.
I stopped being a victim. I stopped saying I've got to wait for good things to happen to me, and I said I'm gonna grind. Winners win and losers lose. I can't explain it any better than that. I don't know how it happens, but winners win.
You must unlearn what you have learned.
All right, I'll give it a try.
No, try not. Do or do not. There is no try.
This means that whenever you give, it's always going to come back, so you don't have to ever think about that again. Just give, and the rewards will be greater than you can ever imagine.
Make a choice, right? You just decide what it's going to be, who you're going to be, how you're going to do it. Just decide. And then from that point, the universe is going to get out your way.
Dangerous, hopeful for humanity. Like, what's your view on that?
Maybe we're in the metaverse right now. It's just metaverse is all the way down. I don't know if I necessarily buy into this metaverse stuff. Although people talk to me a lot about it. It's Web3, you know, like, sure, you can put a TV on your nose. Yeah. I'm not sure that makes you in the metaverse, you know. When I grew up, it was like, don't sit too close to TV, it's going to ruin your eyesight. Right. And now I got like TV is like literally right here.
Everybody's so obsessed on what they've done and said. Like, the greatest gift in the world is the ability to be comfortable in changing your mind.
I love it.
Actually, I have a very different thing to say right now. We need to start hanging out with 90-year-olds more. I mean this. You wanna do something that will bring you an incredible amount of value, but also bring someone else an incredible amount of value? Go donate your time to a retirement home for 1 week.